hamstrings or glutes. So we're gonna be going over 3 different exercises that you can utilize into your program. Let's get started. First one, we're actually gonna be using a box. You can use a bench as well, but this is gonna be an elevated pigeon. So if you sit a lot, you drive a lot, and you have really tight back, tight back muscles, or you feel like everything's kind of locked up, this is a great exercise to start with. You're gonna place your shin on top of the box and trying to create a 90-degree angle here. If you cannot do that, you can either bring your ankle closer to the edge of the box, or you can push your knee forward so you're almost on top of the box with that lower or the upper thigh. So I have this 90-degree angle here. You're gonna hold here for 30 to 60 seconds if you're just starting out. If you've done this before and you're like, this is great, but I want more, then you are going to do a twist and a rotation. This is a pigeon twist. So in this pigeon position, I'm gonna take my right arm, twist, reach past the box, and then come back. Again, 30 seconds. If you're holding, 60 seconds if you feel more comfortable, and then if not, then you're gonna go to 30 seconds of rotations and pigeon twists. If this is plenty just sitting here, then you're just gonna hold this position. If you wanna load more after that twist, you can even hinge forward and hold for 30 seconds after that pigeon twist. That's the first exercise. You're gonna do both sides. And you're going to do a total of 3 rounds of these exercises, so make sure you remember that. Second exercise, we're actually gonna rotate face away from the box, and we are going to put our ankle at the edge of the box, and we're going to be doing this elevated couch position. So in this position, I have my ankle at the edge, almost like a neutral position with my foot. I'm dropping my knee towards the ground, and then I'm going to slowly bend this front knee so I can get a little bit lower into the stretch. You also want to make sure that your pelvis is tucked under. You're not extending or twisting or pushing your pelvis back. So you can kind of tell we're in a tight shirt here. You want to be tucking that pelvis under, almost like as if your pelvis was a bucket, and you want to make sure that the bucket doesn't twist forward. So tuck under, and you should feel a nice big deep stretch in the quad and that hip. So if you are having back pain, it could be coming, potential, from your hips and quads being very tight. It's pulling in the front side of the body. So if you sit a lot, or you drive a lot, you have this L shape, this being your lower leg, or your upper leg, your thigh, and this position being your back. So you're essentially in this compressed position with the hip, so we're looking to open the stretch up, open this hip up. Again, 30 seconds on this one side, up to 60 seconds if you want, 2 minutes if you want, then you switch to the other side. If you feel like this is really, really hard to do, then stay here, push your butt towards your hip. If you want more, take a step out, push that knee forward, and again, tuck the pelvis, and then try to squeeze your glute and butt for about 3 to 5 seconds, and then release. That's the second exercise. Third exercise, we're going to come back towards facing the box. I'm going to use this like demonstrate. You're going to put your ankle foot on the opposite side of that box. Now, if you have a very hard box with sharp edges, you can place a yoga mat or a mat on top for a little more cushion for your ankle. Hips are square, meaning both of my hips are facing the box versus being twisted or rotated out. I'm facing the box. I'm going to have a relatively straight leg. If you are very tight, have very tight hamstrings, I recommend bending the knee, maybe even pointing the toes slightly or gently. If you are more flexible and you want more of a stretch, extend or come to a more of a neutral position, or even pull your toes towards you, and straighten that leg. Then we're going to hinge forward from the hips. I can't talk, it's been a very long day today. And then you're going to slowly place your hands in the box. If you're very tight and you have a hard time doing this, then again, walk to a position, maybe round that back if you feel comfortable. If you're more flexible and you want more of a stretch, again, pull the toes towards you, flatten that back, and hinge directly from the hips, trying to see how far down you can get. Again, 30 seconds to 60 seconds in this position, and then switch to the opposite side. Now, if you guys are just tuning in and you want to support, feel free to share this video. Hopefully this will be helpful for other individuals that maybe suffer or have back pain issues. If you guys find this helpful for yourself and want this to be shown to others, please share with others. Feel free to leave a comment below. Feel free to gift. Feel free to check out anything that I have listed below if you have any questions. So again, focusing on the hips. Now, if you guys want an extra exercise, this is going to become a bonus exercise. We're going to do a little bit more of the adductors and hips. Now, there's 2 variations for this exercise. If you are wanting to start off with a bent knee, you can. So you're going to have your ankle behind your knee almost in line with the hips, depending how you feel. But for here, I'm starting in an inline position with knee in line with the hips. I can push my butt back, keep my torso tall, and almost like I'm doing a half frog position. So frog essentially is where your knees are in line with your hips on a yoga mat on the floor, and your ankles are in line with the knees. This is a half frog, so only doing one side, or a single leg frog, but you're pushing your butt back. You should feel a stretch in that inner thigh, maybe even a little bit of the hip flexor in this position. Now, depending on how you feel, you can even straighten this leg, right? So just like we did the hamstring, we are going to rotate so it's more of an adductor. I feel this stretch actually right here, right inner thigh, just by standing. So you can stay here, or again, hinge from the hips, bent leg or straight leg, up to you. A straight leg will allow you to kind of use your body as leverage to get more into that stretch. A bent leg will allow you to get a little bit more into a bottom squat position or a bent knee position with this bottom leg. You may or may not feel that as much depending on your body and depending on where you're tight. I recommend starting with this half frog where the leg is bent, and then you can hinge from the hips. You can even twist, reach over, reach the opposite side, play around with the position. Again, start from about 30 seconds to 60 seconds and see how that feels for you. So to recap, again, 3 exercises. First one, elevated pigeon, stay here or twist, rotate, then eventually do a hold, again, both legs. Next exercise, we're facing away from the box. Elevated couch, this is a couch position. Now, if you don't have a box, you can even do this on the bench or against the wall. Same thing, lean forward, bend that knee, tuck that pelvis under. And then last one, I'll demonstrate this leg, that single leg elevated hamstring where I'm hinging forward, keeping my torso as tall as possible as I drop to the floor, rounding as much as you can if need be. Again, that bonus exercise is that half frog as well. Make sure you get both sides, don't just focus on one side. That straight leg is an option as well if you want to twist and rotate into that position. Now again, these are 3 exercises that will help relieve some pain from your lower back if you're very tight and you sit and you're in this position in a car or at the desk, on your computer, on your phone. We want to think of opening up, releasing this front side so that will provide some relief for the back side. If you found this beneficial, helpful, and supportive in any form or fashion, please feel free to share, drop a comment below, and stay tuned for more as I'll be doing some more mobility and also some more workouts coming down the pipeline. See you guys later.